What would you do if you came face to face with a shrinking workforce due to increased mechanization, unsecure employment due to a slowing economic climate, and low wages and benefits? You may think, strike. That's what the longshoremen in 56 West Coast ports did in 1971.
The International Longshore and Warehouse Union had lost membership and power in the decade leading up to the strike under 2 5-year mechanization and modernization contracts, reducing the need for labor and decreasing union membership. The old break bulk style of loading and unloading, which required a large number of workers, was dangerous and expensive for employers and had become obsolete. Increased imports and exports added incentive for more efficient port operations. The introduction of containerization increased port productivity and required fewer laborers to load and unload cargo. These M&M contracts, which lasted from 1960 to 1971, forced layoffs and took recruitment power away from the local unions at each port. It was the first time non-union laborers were being hired in place of longshoremen since 1934. When negotiations did not come to an agreement at the end of the second M&M on July 1, 1971, longshoremen walked out of every port on the West Coast. This was the first fully organized strike by the union since 1934, and the first time the entire coast was shut down. The first phase of the strike lasted until October 4th, when President Nixon set up a Taft-Hartley Board of Inquiry, where it was decided that the Taft-Hartley Act must be invoked in order to avoid further damage to the economy. Ports reopened, and an 80-day cooling-off period started in October of 1971 and lasted until January of 1972. The ILWU was still not satisfied with the terms offered by the Pacific Maritime Association, so they went on strike for a second time.
During this time, the Vietnam War was being fought, and shipments of military equipment to Vietnam had stopped. This action prompted Congress to pass arbitration legislation on February 7, 1972. But the following day, before the arbitration could take place, the two sides reached an agreement, and the strike ended. The International Longshoremen and Warehouse Union Strike of 1971 lasted 130 days and became the longest strike in the ILWU's history.